My name is Michael Harris. I am the Director of EMS here in Lander County. EMS stands for Emergency Medical Services. When I met Vincent, I recall it was early in the morning when the call came out. It was maybe a little chilly. Wasn't anything abnormal on the day. It was just early in the morning when we got the tone to respond to the residents. Normal response, code 3, lights and sirens. I remember when we got on scene, the sheriff's office had a very rapid response, and they were already there. Arrived on scene to find multiple people outside. I saw, what looked like 4 or 5 very distraught individuals. Made my way inside. Like any other resuscitation, I saw Vincent, young man. He didn't look any older than 17, 18 to me. Nonetheless, we continued resuscitation, and we did get word later on that Vincent was ultimately deceased.
My son was funny, charismatic.
More than anything, he always made sure he was the funny one out of the bunch. He had the jokes, he had everybody laughing all the time. My name's Aaron Sims. Vincent was my little brother.
He was a good kid. He cared about people even when he was very separated from the world. He still had a really big heart. He really cared about everybody's well-beings. And yeah, he was, as everybody referenced, he was kind of the life of the party. He just wanted to make sure everybody was happy, even though he was struggling himself. Vincent was a charmer. He was a charmer to everybody he knew, and he convinced pretty much anybody that was in his life that if he wanted something, he'd figure a way to get it. My name is Isaiah Gomez. I'd like to believe that Vincent saw me as another one of his brothers. Like I said, we were pretty close. We did a lot of things together, and it'd make me feel a lot better to know that I was like a brother to him. And I would do pretty much everything, from playing video games to going hunting and fishing. I'm not a super big hunter, but he made sure we were at least chasing coyotes down, and I think that's what excited him the most. Was I wasn't super into it, and because of him, it opened my eyes a little bit to a life that I wasn't used to.
My name is Celia Quintanilla. My son's name was Vincent Rosas. My son passed away from a fentanyl overdose. My son struggled with mental health issues for a lot of his middle school and high school years. I mean, we knew that he was struggling, but we didn't know the extent of it.
So fentanyl is a synthetic opioid. It's one of the class of medications that are used for treating pain. It's originally created to treat end-stage cancer patients. It is commonly used as a recreational substance in today's world. Fentanyl acts on the respiratory system and on the mental state, so it depresses both of those, and it can be a very profound condition where people will stop breathing and not even know that they are at risk of dying from that.
His smile was very, contagious.
Sent him to rehab. Started to get better, and the whole character change.
He came to stay here with me and my family, and he was so grateful. And to have his own space and have all his stuff in one spot. All he kept doing was thanking me for those whole entire 3 days he was home. So all he would do is just thank me for giving him a place to stay. It was very nice to see the old Vincent that we missed for a while.
He wasn't one to not be willing to stop his own life for somebody else. And I seen that throughout the years I knew him. He would always put them first and never really put himself first. Vincent was very selfless. He did whatever he could for people to be happy. And the way I looked at it wasn't not only him to be happy in the way of financial gain or education, it was happy in the sense of I can be miserable, but I'm still going to make everybody else happy and smile, and I'm going to care for them even if they're not caring back for me. That was always his big thing.
Like everything about him changed. And so once he came home again for the second time, that's when 3 days later he passed away.
Fentanyl is right now on the streets the most potent opioid that's commonly used. It has at least 100 times the effect of morphine, 50 times the effect of heroin. It's to the point where a very small amount along the lines of 2 milligrams can be fatal. Unfortunately, even though Lander is a very rural county, we do have direct access to that bigger outside world with Interstate 80 as the corridor. So all of the drug trafficking that goes on between the West Coast to the East Coast travels right through the middle of our county and in our Battle Mountain community.
I would tell any parent to continue to push and create that relationship with their child where you can talk about anything.
I would tell someone who would be having the same problems with their siblings to not get angry and let them know that you're there to listen and help.
It's hard to not overstep boundaries in certain situations. But I think in a situation like this, when someone is struggling and someone is not sure of what they're trying to do in their life, I show them love, show them compassion, show them how a relationship, whether it be professional or on a personal level, should be treated. And I think that would help.
The latest statistics for overdose deaths in general are about 110,000 nationwide, and about 2/3 of that are thought to be from fentanyl. So over 60, 70,000 people a year. Well, that overdose situation is where that patient, that individual, isn't able to interact normally with the people around him. Trouble breathing, trouble staying awake, and at some point just unable to be aroused at all. Narcan is a medication that's used to reverse opioids in the system. It's very effective, and it's something that anybody can use. In Lander County, we have a training program and the ability to supply anybody in the community with this medication that can be very effective in the short term of saving someone's life. Narcan is a very easy substance to use. It comes packaged in a spray applicator. All you need to do is open the package up, put it into the person's nose, and depress it, and it can be effective within a matter of a couple of minutes. We can't hide from this issue in Lander County. You need to talk with your children now.
When he overdosed, I had to give him CPR. Luckily, we were able to get him back with the local EMTs, and when he was transported, we had to stay for about a week, and at the end of the day, he fulfilled what he wanted to do. He was able to donate his organs to people that needed it, and I think the nice thing about that is we know he lives on through others. His heart is still beating in someone else, and yeah, literally it is beating in somebody else, and I think it's a beautiful way to go, knowing that you save someone else's family from the pain and hurt that some of us don't want to feel, but we have to. But he helped somebody not feel that.